I think they done away with my wife, so I've been in touch with her. The signals failed about Tuesday this week, just after she said she was about to be executed when she was in Vienna, and I've known from her since. So. But I did hear that she'd arrived in London on the what's it called, the train the Southampton train, what's it called? I don't know what it's called now. Eurostar. She was asleep, so she was good time. But she was actually quite ill. She's black now. A lot of black spots all over her. She's actually Black Death. She's got bubonic plague. And because I had Ebola, and I'm better now, but she probably had it as well. And it was both infectious. And I think she was, because she was Springfield based, she had to go back and probably in there. She has money, some money, so she's all right. And I don't know, I'm getting in touch with her. I ring Springfield earlier this evening, asked her if she was there. And I said I couldn't get through to her telephone, so we'll keep trying. I mean, she was there, and I said, well, the phone rings in Austria, so abroad. So I said, oh, she's not here. But it's also a tone of voice that she was, and she was right. And because we're androids, so we can communicate with AT phones, but it's a bit naff because we've already sort of activated her, and so she was probably there. And the big thing to what she was used. Because the signals are not through me, you don't direct it comes from a supervisor, and so a rerouter. So I'm not normally in contact with her. But I think that's what happened. And because she's left the phone in Vienna, she's no way of contacting her. Because they discovered, where to discover she had bubonic plague, and which is black spots. It's a venereal disease, and probably in contact with Ebola. She probably was sent to a specialist hospital for it, which is right here. It's linked to the same hospital group, and so she's not bad. And because of blood type, so it's a different body than unless you're the same features and the same personality, some of the same personality, it's altered. She's not the same person who committed a terrible murder she did, because the blood type is, in fact, her blood is different from yours. It's bloodline, and so she's different. And so that is recorded. So the normal example for the prison, there's a blood group test when I think the blood type test is no match because it's a different blood to what the other. And I don't know what's in it. I'm not a chemist, but the biochemistry is different. So she would have been immediately discharged because she couldn't have been a criminal. That's what I was doing. Usually when I go to hospital, they do a blood type test. The police because I got the criminal. See, and I keep accusing me of things I wasn't doing also. And since I was about 5, they've been tracking me where I went. I think it's Kim Brown, not everybody's Kim Brown. And he tracks me, and he may get somebody to commit a crime or to infiltrate me there, or he tries to get me to go somewhere a crime is committed. Some people dress up as me and commit crimes in order to link me there. Being true, actually, but if he doesn't know where I am, he can't do that. So I've stopped using the phone now, which I'm ready to do so because I got used to it. And he's been tracking me for years. And he's plotting my movements and so on. So I just go around random. I just take pictures of things, all I do. I talk to people I meet, but there's no conspiracy. I don't know any special. That's what we're all organised. No, anybody. In Japan's past, troubadours spread the news out. And that's what it's gone back to because we can't trust these communication systems. If we're terrorism, we no guarantees, right? And YouTube is another communication medium, which is quite good. I'm trying to use it up. And there's no conspiracy as far as we're not trying to do it. There's nobody. I don't have an organisation. There's no such thing. I talk to people, meet randomly, and they don't. Obviously, I know who those people are. And they may or may not know me. I'll pass the news on. I'll see what happened to what I see. And that's how news spreads. The television is not accurate, because that's controlled by a big organisation, the leader. where that is, and so that means it's controlled. And the network cannot be controlled. A lot of tips to do so, so it's better. It's more democratic. I mean, some of the Twitter is not like this. Can't use Twitter when I use it. And Facebook is also something you could use to spread news. It is useful. But these social media are better ways. You can take pictures of something. Well, I'm using YouTube, which is old established, and I understand how to use it. Because when you get old, you can't adapt it. And they jeer at me about saying Starship Commander was on gold, which I am. And they poisoned me, which accelerated the process. But they told me I look about 40, and in order to there's the heresy charge to be removed because the law says I look 40, so I must be 40. I said, well, I have to be 40 then, I don't care. And because my fixed all investment incomes, which is all about, then they should carry on. Then I should stop. And so hopefully that won't, but even so, they do. And I'm going to working straight, they want me to go to working, but it's actually quite difficult for me to do that, because although I'm 40, I'm quite ill. And it's the reason why I go to work, because I earn money. They start to get huge sense of their works. The people who go to work don't get money. Workers don't get money. The people in charge will get money. Workers don't get anything, they get something with the fitters. And you work all the days of the night. And this scumbag now opposite me, who's I think he's God, he's dead like Jesus Christ, he's got a murder us, he's just go around killing people. And he says he'll give me amnesty if I work for him, unless he'll train me, that's what he's doing, and get control of me. He's a murderer, thief, a liar, everything that Normans are. Terrible people, butchers. He's a butcher of our part. He's going around killing people. People come to us are killed, or no, this girl from Denise did sleep with me some time ago, but I can't remember was now. And when she does that, she came over and stabbed her in the chest. And she was injured. I happened to see it, and I brought her back to the house and treated her, because I knew it was a stab with a fine blade, and it doesn't kill you by damage to the heart, it doesn't my blood clot. So I'll go with aspirin, so I think some, which are easy aspirin, which you can buy. And she survived, and she was sent to hospital, and she's still there. And I told her when she's told her not to talk to me, so I agree with that. And I've seen her, and she won't accept food from me unless she's hungry, and so I'll give it to her, basically. And she won't want to sit down with me. And that's really serves her own life, it's all right. She actually doesn't want me, but I can't think why I tell her, but she fancies me because of our relationship. And she's very upset. I said, well, it can't be happening. It couldn't happen, not allowed to get married. And so she was sort of it's cultural shock, you see. And so she has a strict upbringing. Well, she has I'm told, she was lost. Apparently she has one of the fathers, an oligarch or something like that. But I don't know that history. And he wants to give me trillions of pounds to marry her, as a joke. And what I do with it, and it's very dangerous that way. It's even more horrible. So I've always started anyway, so that wasn't that. And that's why. But if she goes to this house, she was acting as the rest of she doesn't. And if Edith is here, she may not be because she's down as a Christian convert. Man's probably bad about Jesus, not the rest of them. And so she may not attack her. And that means her children are brought up as Christian, that protects them. That's more important, so I was more important. And I've had nothing to do with bringing up my children, not to protect them. I was sure that conscious decision. They were brought up as Christian, I wasn't to be killed. And so people I have brought up will come under attack because I teach them things that clash with the culture of this country. Even France, they've got this lunatic Catholics in power. They're nutters, they may not think they are. But the language they use, it's nonsense. The whole caboose is nonsense. And in Russia, it's more sensible. Of course, they've been knocked down by the Christians. The Christians are violent murderers, several people. And Islam is Islam is a true culture, and it dates right back to the fall of the Roman Empire. And the Catholics fought back. They're violent people. Muslims are much nicer people because of peaceful religion, and that's how survive. But this murder in the church, which probably the Christians won't believe it, but that's what happened. They say CGI stuff, and I don't know if it's CGI. So what happened? I haven't seen the film, whether it's on now. Well, I saw it, and it may not be on the film now because they can edit it, all sorts of things they can do with films, and so it's probably severe. That's what Christians do, they hide the truth. Muslims, these Muslims, ISIS will do it in public, which is dark. Nothing's doing. This violence, it's really nice, and it's what ISIS is very violent. And it was that just against the war, damages the Muslims or the other. And it's Muslims doing but a fight between the Christians and Muslims is not going to be a winner. Actually, can't guarantee a winner. But I know the Christians have got more weapons and armaments than the Muslims. They're afraid of Muslims. They talk about terrorism, but the attacks of sheer poverty. And those two men who planned to attack soldiers, that's a total wrong target. Total, they missed the target altogether. It's wrong to do. And unfortunately, because there was Christ and murder goes around killing Muslims, he's dedicated after killing Muslims, already done. They haven't been killed. And every time you see an ambulance go, probably some ambulances take sick people to hospital. It probably takes a dead Muslim who's been shot by police or somebody, special police, shot by police and taken away an ambulance. And usually police cars go with it, but it's like an emergency, but of course this they kill you. They make sure it's dead, they get hospital, they burn the water and burn them. And that's it. So so it just goes. They picked off one by one. And the rest they got before you could turn around they got. So well, Muslims take their own decision because they're mostly pissed off because they're not interested in fighting. And not just commenting on it. And it's awful to see people fighting each other. That's only wrong with them. It's a disease down here. And I've got no black power people as well. It isn't just black power, it's also white people who go around and people. Like an old man. Okay, people. Something is going wrong, and they're planning to destroy civilization. To place it with nothing with these funny ideas based on the Bible, which is the Roman civilization, which to them it was civilized. They think it's based on slightly based on pain labor, which is what we are. But anyway, it's how it's organised. In many ways, Roman civilization are very good. Civilization had science and so on, and culture. And once the civilization was broken by the Dark Ages, it was caused by asteroids in the Earth, which they deny, and the Muslims passed that civilization and culture to the Christians. And the Pope was the progress civilization then, and he's doing it again. And it appears to be knowledge of life in space, which is trivial. For a average space, it's pretty obvious. And you do see the play of nutters, really. Though you see the stars, and most children would quickly work that out. They're clever enough to do that, but they're not allowed to. And it really is caused misery. It's because the people in power want factory serfs, slaves, paid, probably in some places, unpaid others, to get that all down, basically. That's it. They pretend to pay them, we give them money and take it back to them. There's no point getting what they're talking to get anything. When you say about money, you're supposed to get pension. Well, also that's stolen. They just steal it. It's professional thieves, good insurance agents, and they steal your money. You invest in them and think you get a pension, you don't get it. Because most people die anyway. But before you get a pension, it feels like this money. They steal it. They're miserable sorts. And because I've stayed young, at least I didn't think I was because I was very weak walking about. And that's because they stabbed me in the chest. They stabbed me twice as he was doing it. And he's here, I was told he wants to kill me. And he's not a nice man. Because I haven't attempted to kill him, I've no intention of doing so. And but I can't reason with him because he's mad. And that's the reason. Madmen can't be reasoned with. And and they make fun of me, you know, in the church. There's this story, which is quite seriously, it's a story, it's a production song, with this rounding man. But to me, he's not only, he's just looks different as well, you know, beard or so. But very nice. But he's actually quite a nice bloke with him. But and all their adventures. But he's quite amusing really. And I can see the sunny side of it, you know. It's just jeering at me and someone else, as far as I understand it. And there's another film about death, you know, which is very nice. But it's very seriously good. It's been like that since times, like fun of death, but I saw that. And well, so there's no escape. We all die, I will die. Even if I went back to my spaceship sharply if I will, which probably won't happen as automatically, the spaceship, I will run out and I'll die. So it could be minutes of years, could be 2 minutes. But so it's that. And you know, if you read ancient Egyptian manuscripts, it talks about people taking a single step would take us millions of years to go. So that's a man transfer on starships. All sunships, they couldn't do it themselves, they just ride up and down the Nile. But that's what it was a spaceship. And that's what, see, the contactees in those days, although they knew what's going on, they couldn't understand it in terms of their own science, which is the culture, you see. And well, these days we do, but people, these galley slaves who are attacking us really don't know what this science at all. Yeah. And when I used to say, I went to map Plymouth, that's very shocking, they don't know what things are. Not one of them did. Some of them won't be electronics, you know. These chips come from China. And if people know what they are, they'll stop sending them, so there won't be electronics. And now the construction, of course, disappear. And of course, nobody knows what to do. They don't have any education. And you know, I said, people get degrees a year. And all I know about the Bible is good enough. And some of them know their jobs, like plumbing, so it's fine. So that's a skill. And we rely on such people. Electrician, you know, they know about those trades. But if you say physicists, they look at you backwards what physicists do. And now I do electrical work, I'm not an electrician. I work with gases and water. I'm not a plumber, but I'm gases. That's the problem. So I use the same tools. And then you go to outside the road, you find all those tools are used by tradesmen. The same when I'm from Brentwood, just do it. And I wasn't allowed to work there because it's a job for a privileged few, but they did appreciate me. And they got rid of me on top charges as usual, but you know, every time so now and again I did have work as an electrician, and suddenly I stopped. Or something, I think they did a brain injury, and of course my memory stopped and I was out of work, no memory of it. And when I came back to normal, I never remember, so I did a different job. I forgot that job, but I do know the skills. There's the skills thing. They're nutters, these guys, nutters. And I think basically, in order to save the human race, all these professionals, you know, if they're not doing the working class, need to be executed because they're nutters, and it will destroy civilization. But priests, psychiatrists, and these what do you call them? Those sort of people, the other professionals, yeah, because they live off the others. They do a service, but they live off the others. Teachers, some teachers don't teach. I was teaching general probably. They say in order to get that education, you pay for it. But if we went well, and the people see the government decide we'd have a free public school. Public school is government schools, private schools go where it is, ordinary schools, and it would have an education. Well, they get a basic education like they did before, and we said that. So they need to, they get education because they need. And when I was in the education system, I was educated according to what's true rather than what I need to know. So the children these days don't know anything. And that's what I say, when I was teaching, I found, you know, they weren't allowed to teach it. They were told they took cortex out and they couldn't teach those things. Well, that's how they wreck civilization. And they take cortex now to be civilized. But, so that's a very powerful thing because they get other things to their dirty work. and they want to kill me, they do it by court action. And because the jurisdiction of the court ends in 25, I go over it. And of course, that's, I don't think that, I'm not actually physically bad for doing it. But they tell us to attack me for going over the edge. But the basis of the M25 is the English border, because that's how it is. I mean, that's outside the other authorities in our space. And I can't move out, really, it's very difficult. Because they know where I am, and I have everybody nowadays have these bound to land. You have to stay within your area. It's getting worse and worse. That's the past system that South Africa had. And we took a lot of post for that. And well, if you've gone to their society, you know, but it's appalling. Things are really going bad. And there could be a civil war. Well, I can't. I'm not taking part. I've got nothing to do with that. I'm not strong enough. But and the outcome will be the end of freedom. And that's tough with the Normans because they're very clever people, very brutal. And the criminals, they say they're superior. They're brutal killers, is what it is. And real Saxons don't think like them. So you can't be negotiating. There's no quarter, they don't give a damn. Real as they win. And the people who are opposed to them have no weapons, and I have no weapons. They look here for bombs and guns and money. I've no concentration in doing that. I did ask for a gun license, but wasn't that happen. But I have a strict gun control. They say it's to keep first peace and law and order, but that doesn't actually mean the rule of the kings. And well, I say that I heard from myself. If Edith is in this country in Springfield, she may turn up tomorrow. I don't know, I doubt it, but she knows where it is. And she has an electronic brain, so the behaviour is different. And she could, I don't know, you see, what she did. I don't know, she is. And it's a difficult thing to make a decision. And if she came here, which she could do, she'd be attacked by people and they won't fly right until they bash their brains in. I think it says they gave me day for 6 hours. It's not true. It's quite a recent thing. This brain after which is that right sophisticated was worked out in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and it's an attempt to reproduce what happened at Hampton Road, and they've read it, the history. But if you carry on, you find what they did caused so many wars that they had to give it up. So, and I think the people on the national slaves are appalling criminals, and the first and best up in robes, Sicilians, priestly robes, with their murderers, liars, thieves, everything. And man across the road is an army. He has attacked me for what I believe in, and that's all. What I know is true, he's attacking me because he chooses not to believe it. And he's frightened, you see, because he knows he'll die. That's what it is, it's fear of death. And he's protecting us from his own fear of death by attacking me in the belief that killing me will protect him from his own death. That's a sort of psychological, which is not true. I mean, killing me will make him live forever. Oh, it's nonsense. And it is happy. He said I should go to church. Well, you don't get any happiness. Much fun. You go to church, there's all garbage. It really is. Well, stay away, but you have to go to church. What do you do there? It's not really God or Jesus. I can't do anything. I've been there. It's pretty rowdy, really. Pretty rowdy. It's rough. In Russia it was better because the Stasi kept these lunatics down. So the communism was actually quite a peaceful place. And they said if you got drunk and so on, they did here as well. They criticised it on peripheral things. And if they hadn't attacked the West, they would have carried on. That was a mistake they made. But it's a mistake to drop 5,000 atom bombs on the West, especially if they don't go off. So that's significant. And those expansions could have been, if they hadn't expanded, tried to do that, they stayed there and usually become two civilizations on the same planet, with guns everywhere. And they weren't, well, now we appreciate that he's a former communist, he probably still is a communist. And when I'm not able to I think that will bring confidence back and get the prisoners out. So civilization will be preserved when the Pope pulls the plug. An Eastern Church, I don't think support the Pope any of that, but and the Pope said it's for the best to destroy people. Well, they believe him, but he's actually doing it for his own personal gain. Yeah, to have his big house and all the palaces very expensive. And if he loses his support, there's all that to nothing. And he'll have nothing. He'll just be an old man with a stick, which is what he is really. Well, I know he gets, but he's not into the system. And his income depends, and all Sky's income depends on the Christian religion. Well, I don't know anybody who believes in Christian religion, my friends, but you know, these nutters go. You know, they can't actually say, is Jesus Christ the Son of God? Yes or no? They get it wrong, they shoot you. And is Jesus your true Saviour? That's the sort of thing. It's just what I tell you. Because the idea is if a person doesn't believe Jesus will take him to heaven where it is as good as dead, so shoot him. That's the problem. That's what we're all dead men anyway. You know, it's as I say, if it's not true, we're all dead men. Here we are. Yeah. And I don't really know what's going on. It's awful. The people of times I'm living are actually awful. When I was younger, it was different. To somebody who's gone mad, something like it, it's outrageous like that. But they've been planning this for years, and it's awful. It's nutty. You know, we want these everybody elsewhere, like America. Go to South America too, but it's not just sex slaves, they have factory slaves over there. Brain damage factory slaves, so they can't do the job, nothing else. And they modify the body and the brain to match their job, and they think it's the right thing to do. If you're in this job, you do that. It's absolutely awful. So it's self-flexibility. And in America, if you don't like the boss, you start over your own. So anyway, past it now. And I'm trying to make things like money, but you never know, we don't really have any, because that's how it is. They say this trade is not allowed to trade. That's what it is. Not allowed to, because the only people who can do anything, make any money, which is about like that, the pigs, the Normans are down there. They're lackeys. I mean, they're lackeys don't do very well. It's terrible. Society awful. And it'd be very difficult to destroy them. There's no way I can do that. I bought a hat today. I think I might have left it somewhere, but somebody stole it. It was only £1. I think it was a child's hat. If children have heads the same size as adults, there is not to wear it. So we'll have to go back to a pound shop buy another one. They're sort of suffering gradually, these people. But I see the pound shop. If you go in those shop, hats the same size as a hat. It's a bit expensive. But it was unspreadable with the hat as well. And I think it was thermal. Well, I would like to know one for some. I think they do sell them in parts and stresses. I think I've got that ways of buying a cable hat, which gives you protection. It's madness, it really is. It really is madness. And they destroy civilization. And because science is showing things that may validate what they believe, I do like it. And they try to poison foods there as well. If you go to a Christian church, you get good food if you're in duty. But if you go to a supermarket, you're getting very few support Muslims and those are Islamic try to get food. And so you know where your number is. And the best food is food you cook yourself. And because you know the ingredients, that's not to be poisoned, but it's still cooking. Really is. The beer is too much salt and fat. But, it's all really difficult. And if I did get a job, I'd be out all day and working and I'd lose my freedom. And unless they stop me income, I'd have to, wouldn't I? And it's all unpleasant. They say you 3 years, 4 years, and 10. If you're over there, they kill you. you go through it, it's and you die. But if you don't die, what are you going to do? It's the same as face alien problem. Any time you land, because you have to disguise yourself as one of the local population, and they might notice if you majorly. Must have noticed it. Yeah. So I'd like to see the whole of Christendom destroyed. I don't mean the people, it's the concepts. And they can only do that with education, so they check themselves. They're all doubly mad, they are really. And so I just want the people there. As I say, it's probably the worst destruction will carry after, and mostly after I'm dead, which is my death is due soon, especially because of my age, which I deny. The species skin deep, I can't see it. But chances are I'll die this year, because partly because I'm my wife has increased the stress level. I have no idea where she is, because it's worrying. When people lose their wives, it's victims of war. Which is at Springfield. She's probably advised to find a place where she can come here. I don't know if she is, because I'm very contact with her, etc. You read the wars, you everything else. I say she's not there. But I was told she was in Jupiter Ward. So hopefully that's what it is. But I say she's not there, I mean she's from Greece. And if she came here, it's dangerous, not because of me, but because American Australia is murdering everybody in sight. He's dedicated his life to Jesus, and he's wasted his life for him. It's to do with death as well. I mean, his wife died of natural causes, and he's prayed with her, and she'd come back. She'd come back till she died in 22. See, they believe the priest said we're immortal or something. It's not true. Oh well, priests lie. Bill believe we're immortal. I believe I'll go back to my flying saucer. Well, you think rationalists not like that? I is slightly more right than and as far as sources of physical object, you can go there. But if these other things around are not true, it's full of all sorts of spirits, and it really is wrong. They have a constellation of spirits. I started with them. When they ask what a spirit was, that's the watch for them. I don't know I knew about it. It's a spirit, vodka is a spirit. Cognac is a spirit. That's all it wants to be, Spirit. Are you Holy Spirit? That'll be super on it. But with the gold stuff. They can delete stuff pretty easily. I lock it now if I'm lucky. But I'm wondering how long I'll be in this house, because I've been there a long time, and decided to throw me out, so they wanted me to go, so I was trying to sell it, and they want to control some of the money, and I don't really have money, so that's what I can do. And so I'm trying to make it, trying to get them to buy a bit of property and having to still give me cash. I would want cash. It will be changed. I don't know much perhaps cost, but that's in the deal. And as I say, to me it's and if Egypt does some harm, come to which she can, which is my friend. And she said she'd look after her, she'd give up all these, she'd give up trying to get good communist, trying to be a communist official, which she was, in a privileged position, and tried not to get her own with the crime she committed, and she would stop trying to take life to personally work like that, and she can't do that for me, which is a great decision to make. And unfortunately we're not able to get together because psychiatric attack. And they jeered at me and said, we found him. They think they found the murderer of this woman who died 10 years ago. I think I was old and common and sorry, but basically I couldn't do it. And I said, you know who it is. And I discovered eventually, somebody told me that the photographs I took of the same man attacking other people was a member of staff at a local Baptist church called Queen Rose Church, Northern, and he was a church warden, but he's not there anymore. So I said, they were made to murder people. And where is to incriminate me off for just for this? And that's just it. It doesn't basically. I've been attacking for years, and the scars on my face are not unpleasant, but people get used to it. They're quite acceptable. And so they could be. I use cosmetics now and again, but the rest of the time. I think my wife would accept because last time she saw me had a moustache, but it was visible. It made it worse, really. And it's vicious. They do it in order to stop me having a knife. That's the idea, to stop me breathing. And also limit my chance of job. It was done for that reason. And it was a funny too, because I said something. The police, I said, the police will laugh. I don't like it. When the police rape somebody, if they talk, they're murdered. I told the same thing. Priests are asked to sex man, and they often father the children of the parishioners, so the poor man has priest children to bring up. And I know my wife, my first wife was raped by the priest, so I've rejected her. It's not my children, not my children. And so who's those little children? And the genetic test would tell, but that's probably the priest. And to them it's time, so it's just animals the same, the wolf will behave like that. And I mean, if you had to report up a Roman culture, which British was, they do in fact try to do that. I remember a handsome fox is a killer fox. That's what makes you sound a handsome man is a killer. Not a lady killer, sometimes they're lady killers. But a handsome man will get away with theft and murder and everything. And remember the cloth cat was last time, it's always identified as a criminal. It's a joke, not true. And they always do. So but the real person is something else. You can't wear a cloth, they commit a crime, so the attacker cloth. Simple. And the rest to say so. And the police were quite amused because they're used to it, afraid to get somebody up. And that's why I was still there. I regard the police as my friends, actually. And if you don't entertain as a police, it stays that way. They're the police. Because they're actually working class. And if there was a revolt against the murderers in power, not the government is, the police would decide who would win. And so it's unlikely. If the police, the town decide to protect welfare, which they paid for, they would lose. And as I say, it's not something I would want to do, but they phrased it out. Not quite sure who did it. I don't think it was anything to do with the Rock family, because these people individual around here. I mean, Kim was attacking me, and he's just a man. It's very successful, but he shows he was trying to be intelligent, which I knew was there, I was going to say. And he's a vicious man. And all the other people were stealing money from me and other people, And so anyway, it's an awful place. The worst crimes in history of the Christians, basically. Of course, the Muslims are bound to be honest, that's what their law says. And I don't know what's going on outside. But hopefully there'll be no Christians left, because they're murderers, thieves, liars, imposters. Not all of them realize that, but the priests are really from. if there is a God, He gave us this thing to survive, and that's what it's for. But it's just part of evolution. At least 1,000 million years of evolution. You can't pray better than that. Sort of a genetic algorithm, So it learns by trial and error. And then things die. And so if you survive your species, your clade, your life survives all that time, then you're obeyed. That's true. It is. And you're severe because you survived. And anyway, that's what most people do. But it's a question as well. If you survive it, I think the doctor can't let you say you're not fit unless you're just about to die. But people survive somewhere. If you survive, you're fit. But in Britain, it's loads to get workers because their brain damage through after birth and taught a language is not showing you can't understand the other side. And yeah, I mean, British judges are all from the second Southern University. They generally taught people. Anyway, to me, it's the end of society. And maybe come back out of this time, still be there, I won't be here. These fights go on forever, there's no reason for it. Peace is no one there. You tell me, peace after war first. There's a liberate you, have to kill you first. It is nasty. Anyway, I want to go now.